staying in the high vibration of love. Good day to you, beautiful beings of light and love. You who are listening today, you who hear this message, are the chosen ones. You are awake and aware. You have opened the portal to your soul's voice. The majority of mankind is still asleep. They are led by their ego mind. Their soul cannot, as yet, pierce the protective armor that their negative thoughts have created. So this is a time of challenge for you. You have felt so very alone and lonely. Much of the time, you speak the language of love, which cannot be understood by those who still speak the language of fear. And yet you still fall back into the negative mindset that has befuddled you all your life. What can you do to stay in the high frequency, the wonderful vibration of love all the time? This message is for you, dear Lightworker starseeds. You are of a higher frequency than those around you. You comprehend what others have as yet no understanding of. You have an impeccable guidance system. This is not recognized in the third dimensional controlled society whose thoughts and behaviors are manipulated by the corrupt media and politicians, the minions of the deep state, the powers that be. In your third dimensional fear paradigm, you were told that you have only one lifetime, and if you sin, you will burn in hell forever. You felt that you were completely abandoned by God, or that there is no God. And this was confirmed by what your eyes saw around you. You saw a lack of love and a predominance of fear and cruelty, selfishness, violence and false pride. You, our dear hearts, dear souls, have risen above this battleground. You have moved yourself to concentrate on the good, the kind, the caring, the loving. And yet sometimes you still focus on the lack of love that surrounds you. You fall back into the old familiar groove of negativity and painful, fearful thoughts to which you have become so accustomed. There is a divine benevolent force, that is love, in this universe. It is always creative, always freedom-seeking, always loving. It is what generates the illusion, the experience of life on planet Earth. This force cannot be accessed when your ego mind is in the negative, third-dimensional worrying mode. When you feel fear, shame, guilt, anxiety, and your mind goes round and round and round, repeating to yourself your worries and concerns, you are being shown by your guidance system that your thinking is off track. The benevolent force, call it source energy, consciousness, that powers the universe, never blames you, never sees you as guilty, for making mistakes is an integral part of the planet Earth journey. You learn from the negative emotions that are generated when you make what you perceive to be mistakes. In fact, that is what you are here to do, make mistakes, for you learn from them. When you are unloving, that is, when you make a mistake, you feel awful, and then, in your pain and discombobulation, you do more awful things to ease that pain. This is a time of great evolution, revolution, and transfiguration. It is a time of alchemy in the change from dark to light, from the third dimensional paradigm to the fifth dimensional paradigm of love. To be in joy, to raise above the fear frequency, you need to master your mind. The purpose of human life is to allow others to manipulate your mind and then see that manipulation and rise above it and take your power back. The purpose of human life is to realize that you are a divine being. You are divine essence, and you have free will. You can choose to continue in your entrainment, or you can leave that entrainment behind. You can put all the false thoughts, ideas, and behaviors that you have been taught aside, and forgiving all, for nothing wrong ever happened, you can realize that the whole planet Earth experience was for you to grow in love and light. You grow in love and light through making not preferred choices, or what you might call mistakes, so that you know in a deeper and more profound way that you are love and you want only that love. Yes, you now want only love, that divine, glorious essence that flows through you, for you have experienced the opposite. That is what the ascension process is all about. You have lived through poverty, lack of abundance in all things, disease, depression, anger, jealousy, and many, many negative emotions, and now you know with all your heart that you do not prefer them. Leave the past behind. Rise above the planet Earth battleground. Choose peaceful thoughts. Realize that every thought you think is a prayer. Every thought you think creates your reality. There is conscious prayer, where you want something and ask divinity to fulfill your desire. And then there is the prayer that you pray every moment, with every thought. The universe does not support third-dimensional fear thinking, for the universe gives you the experience that you think of in your mind. Every word you say creates your thoughts. Be therefore mindful of every utterance. Watch every word. You have been much too tolerant of mind wandering, of thinking without giving a thought to what you are thinking. When your mind is peaceful and content, the channels for divine communication are open. When your mind is in fear and poverty, driven by the false horror stories that your corrupt news providers disseminate, then you are disconnected from the higher realms, for you cannot tune into a higher frequency from the low third-dimensional fear vibration. With the chaos around you, when you go into fight or flight and defensive, reactive, attacking, fearful, violent behavior, you will make poor decisions through your ego. You will make mistakes. When you are in a relaxed, open, peaceful state of not thinking, of just being, you will tune into the higher vibrations, higher frequency of beauty, joy, creativity, truth, and wisdom. Then your decisions will be loving, peaceful, bright-minded, goodly and godly, holy. Therefore be vigilant for love. Let love now be your life and your guide. Be kind, be caring. Look for the good in all, for all at the soul level is good. Let bliss and happiness be your guide and leader now. Take the path of least resistance, of least pain, and follow your joy, follow your passion. Do what you enjoy doing. See what is good and holy, and you will live in a good and holy world. Again, what you focus on creates your reality. You are living in a dream world, a hologram, a computer program. You are living in a dream, an illusion, which your thoughts can manipulate to your heart's delight or to great misery and depression. Mental discipline is required for ascension out of the mire of negativity that has enveloped you. Training of your mind, training of your thinking is required. Your mind was trained into third-dimensional modes of thinking. Your mind was trained into lack and poverty, separation and religion, false social morals, and disapproval of all that is different from that which you learnt to be true. You have been trained out of oneness and interdependence and isolation. You have given away your power. Take care of me has been your cry to the universe. Now it is time for you to take care of yourself by monitoring your life-giving thoughts. You need to retrain yourself out of the belief in hell. You need to choose joy, laughter, communion, and camaraderie. Make your cup so full of love that you cannot see darkness or despair in your reality. There is an revolution happening in this time of ascension. Use the experience you have had, preferred and not preferred, liked and not liked, as opportunities for growth, as opportunities that will raise you above the negative mental thought system into the love frequency from which your thoughts will create for you a wonderful, positive life. Rise up into the realms of creativity and love with positive thoughts as your guide and the voice of your intuition, your soul as your leader. Loose the chains of mental control and manipulation under which you have lived by releasing negative thoughts. You have learnt from being in this tough, third-dimensional, deconstructed, divisive and argumentative place that poverty, illness, lack of abundance, powerlessness, war, violence and victimhood are not what you prefer. You came here to play out your ego's desires. You have done so. Your soul has experienced what it is not. You cannot be helped by your angels, your guides, your higher self when you are in the realm of third-dimensional fear. Your angels and guides don't dwell in those realms. Fear, uncertainty, anxiety and disease dwell in those realms. Monitor every single word, every single thought. Dear chosen ones, dear high-vibrating, multidimensional beings, retrain your brain. Keep your thoughts in the high vibration of love and light, truth and wisdom, and the kingdom of heaven, paradise, nirvana are your inheritance. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings indeed.